Greetings, this is Kevin Jefferson, father of the Forex fam and followmytrades.com, here with Trade Theory on Tuesday, September 27th at 1:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am currently looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart. I didn't get a chance to put this out earlier this morning, but now I'm getting a chance to come back and share my thoughts with you. And so this is the 4-hour chart. I'm going to scroll out to the daily real quick, and you can see price obviously is bottoming out. If you're watching any type of financial news program, you know that the bottom is falling out right now in the market. So what can we do here? Because this is generally where, actually probably over the last week or so, where you see a lot of people start to freak out and not know what to do with their money, not to know, if you're in a 401k or if you got money in the IRA or just any retirement money or any money that that you don't have a super long time frame for. Like, what do I do with my assets right now? This is where people go into panic mode, or they may reallocate some things, which will actually also contribute to panic mode, because for you to reallocate things, you actually have to liquidate something. So if you have, a portfolio of ETF stocks, or some type of funds that have a classification like, growth, value, whatever, international, corporate, bonds, whatever it is, that's an allocation that if you're trying to rebalance that and put yourself in position to take advantage of when the market returns, then you have to liquidate something to secure something else. So it's not necessarily a wash, because you don't know what the market in each of those asset classes is doing at that particular time. So this is the time when you really probably could use the most close coaching and watching, and really the highest level of being actively involved with, to reduce the losses or even maximize the gains as it relates to your portfolio of the market. So here on the daily chart right now, price is moving down. We don't know how long it's going to go. If I went to the lower time frames, I could probably see that prices really doesn't have anywhere to stop right now. So we're going to go out to a larger time frame, because that's a smarter, more broader view than to look minute to minute and hour by hour. So I'm looking at a pullback point of 29,322.3 possibly. So let me show you how that looks on the larger scale. So this is where price was at a level 1 long, and I was saying that it was setting up, and this was the opportunity that it was giving to actually push higher and really see if the market was ready to start moving higher, and it's not. So I expect price to pull back over the next day or so, which will look like a rally or whatever. But then at that point, my final target, and I'll just go out to the monthly to kind of make this not look as scary. On the monthly chart, I'm looking at price getting down to 22,125.30. So the index, the Dow Jones, I'm looking forward to get down to 22,125.30 at some point in the coming months. Not tomorrow, not the next day, but sometime over the next several months. So now this could look a couple of ways. It could actually look like just a major move and a spike through that level, and that would align itself with if there was any more non-positive news that came out, or any more financially impactful news as it relates to the global economy. Then that's when normally you see the major move down, down very quickly. People, getting rid of assets or getting out of certain assets. You'd have a spike, but then the market would come back and fill those orders on the way up. Or you would have a gradual move down. So over the next, 2, 3, 4 months or so, see price get down into this consolidation area right here, dip low here, and look to touch this EMA, and then pull back. So that's probably the more realistic look, but it really depends on the economic outlook over the coming months. But definitely bearish on the market. The market failed to sustain that high, and it whipsawed back down, because like I said about, I think I was talking about oil. Yeah, I was speaking about oil on another video, and how when price moves up so quickly, rapidly, a lot of times that's it's ripe for falling just as quickly on the opposite direction, and really just freaking a lot of people out. So just imagine if you had bought into a rally, and then the market's like completely turned around and wiped you out in a matter of weeks, or wiped that position out in a matter of weeks. It probably would freak you out, and you would be afraid to get back in. And so now you don't have the demand for any asset, that particular asset, and so the only thing that price can do is fall. So that's kind of where we're finding ourselves, is that the demand for certain assets is lower because people are trying to flight to safety, and everything else is going to drop in value concurrently. So the Dow is set to fall more, and 22,125.30 is my kind of long-term target. On the S&P 500, similar thing, looking for a pullback into the range of about 36.68 over the coming day or so, and then price, looking for price to hit 34.2235 is the first target price. See what happens there, and then if price continues to fall, looking for it to go at least as low as 29.0911. So 2009.0911 for the S&P 500 would be my second target point there. So definitely bearish on the S&P as well. And then rounding it out with the NASDAQ, which has actually kind of moved a little bit ahead of the others. Looking for price to is actually in its kind of pullback point now, but 11.326.93 is maybe kind of the high side of what I would expect at this first point, and then a move down to 10.746.41, and then price continue to bottom out, looking down for the market get to 78.3609. So the NASDAQ has room to get to 78.3609 in the coming months, in weeks. If we, this is the monthly chart, so we could have this pullback up here, and then another move down, and then it'll work its way back down and close this gap right here. This variation, this disagreement in price is what I call it when you have this big gap between the EMAs like that, and looking for 78.3609 to be the long-term target once it breaks below 10.746.41 at some point. So that's what I see on the indices. Definitely failed to make that break higher as they, the markets were looking to do. And so we can look for some more downside movement in the coming weeks, in my opinion. We'll see how it actually plays out. But if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, or have someone do this for you, to find us at fmtrades.com. But if you just want to have a conversation, shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Kevin L. Jefferson. Just ask me a question about any asset, any financial question that you have. Like I say, I'm a 20-year financial professional, former financial advisor, current currency trader of over 14 years, and want to help you manage your portfolio in a way that's much more courageous and productive than fearful and hopeful. All right. So until next time, enjoy the day and happy trading.